Good morning. This is Esther at the Trucking Scribe. It's so great to see you guys back again. If you're new, welcome. If you've been here before, still welcome. Glad to see you. Today I'm doing what I'm calling a second thought journal because it's like the flip-flop journal in essence, but I've made a couple of adjustments to suit me. And it has 4 signatures, so 2 on each side. It has pockets. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to put the signatures together, or put the cover together. I'm going to show you how to gather your signatures together, punch the holes, and sew them in the cover. And I'm going to try and have timestamps, and I'm also going to probably do this in separate videos like a series, but I wanted to do one great big video in case you want to watch it all. So thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy it. And if you haven't subscribed, it would be a great help to me if you hit the subscribe button and hit the like button and leave me a comment on what you think about the video, what I can talk about in the future, what you might be interested in, or questions that you might have. Thank you guys and have a great weekend. Today I'm working on a flip-flop journal, or what I'm going to call mine a second thought journal. So it opens up like this. There will be signatures in it. So to start with, I'll look through here and I'm going to find me 5 pages. I want 2 that are going to be the front. I like this one for a front. And I think I'm going to like do this one. So then I need some papers for the middle. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in there. I just like it. I need so that's 4. I need 5. I like that butterfly, but I'm kind of wanting to what about the blue jean? Okay, so I got this one at Michael's. So Recollections. What I'm going to do is cut this down. And first, I want to look and see where all my tops are, if there's a direction. And you can, if there's no direction, you can do this. This is, see how it's folding better this way than this way? That's because of the grain of the paper. So I want my grain going this way. That one's a little tighter. Let me see. Oh no, this one is definitely, this is the way the grain's going. This one is a, has 2 different directions. Let's see. Yeah, so the grain's going this way. I think it's probably going to be the same with this one. So you can tell the difference. See, I'm trying to push about the same. This one here goes much easier. And that's just something that you can use that will help your paper fold better. So all my tops are up here. Actually, I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to do this. Because I am going to write on the back. You won't be able to see all this. And I think it will help I'm going to cut these 8.5 going this way and 12 wide. So I want my arrows going that way. And go to 8.25, 8 3/4. So I'm going to take my papers. And remember, this is going up, so I'll turn them over. I'm going to score at 5 7/8 and 6 1/8. So right here. And I'm going to do that for each one. So 5 7/8 and 6 1/8. See, this is directional, so I definitely want it going. And I'm just going over it a time or two to help the paper behave a little better. Some paper wants to crack, some will fold just fine. Okay, so we're done with the scoreboard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to gently fold them over and I'm going to crease them. While I'm here, let me see if I can straighten it up. I did want to show you, I wanted to do this paper, which I can still do an envelope one, but look at the difference in the paper. That's beautiful paper, but I don't think it would make a very sturdy second thought journal because it doesn't have that extra base structure in the middle, whereas this one is going to glue two sides of scrapbook paper together. So I'm just going to continue creasing and folding, making that fold a nice fold. So I've got all of these inked up. Have 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to start. Doesn't matter which one you do at this point. You can start wherever you want to. I'm going to put washi tape on here. I have 2 that I think would go. These here would all go with it. I like this size because it gives me some wiggle room there. I think what I'm going to do is take that part out. So I am going down this. And I'm trying to get the edge right there. So I got some extra ink on it. Or not ink, some extra glue. Because washi tape, although it has glue, it don't hurt it to have a little more glue. And this has become an art form for me. On being able to get this to glide across there like that. But glue stick and I do not get along. So what I'm going to do, go this way. So if you have writing, you can decide which way you want it, but I'm going to center it in between these 2 lines right here. the two crease lines. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're just wanting it to go down right now, and this wide of a tape is really good for this. And you can be more precise at your sizes if you want. I'm going to save these little pieces for decorating and stuff. I'll just stick them on my table over here. So what I'm going to do on the next one is I'm going to distress ink it so you can see a little better what I'm talking about is where we're centering. So I'm just creasing again along that line. I don't know, I hear different things about wait on it to dry, don't wait on it to dry. So I'm going to just lay that one to the side because this is going to get to be quite a bit. It's going to take up quite a bit of room when it's all open. So I'm just, you don't have to do this. I'm doing this right now. And you don't have to do any of the inking, but I wanted you to see where I'm centering that tape right here. I always have a hard time trying to get this. Y'all know the secret to washi, because I don't. I definitely, any kind of tape, I need to know that secret. Oh, get just a little bit more. I'm just putting a little extra glue on it to help it hold it down. I mean, this is pretty sticky on its own right now, but washi tape has a reputation of not wanting to stay down where it's supposed to be, and this took me a while to figure out this technique of running the tape over the glue and how to do it without getting it all over my hands. Now the smaller ones, I'm getting it everywhere, but this is working out pretty good. So I'm turning this to where that is sideways to me, just so I can see where I'm kind of looking. And I'm just judging. You can see, and with that glue on the back of that, you can see that and pick this up and move it if you're wanting to be very precise. Just smooth it out. Take your bone folder and give it a good little press to where that ink, well, why do I keep saying ink, where that glue will catch hold and smooth out. And this idea I did get from the envelope, flip-flop envelope tutorials. 507 Willow Lane, I know has done one. There's some others that I've looked at that I really like, so I'm going to put a link below for those so you can go check out theirs. So I guess you could have all your tape running the same way if you wanted. I'm just sticking it down because either way it's going to go. It's going to be wrong side to my up or down. Okay. The next part is going to be a little tricky. And we're going to use a pen and we're going to write on the back of these because I get confused. So these are going to be my panels. And what I'm going to do is decide which one I want to be the top. So you can see this is an example. It just opens up. So I've got two tops. I got this side and I got this side. On this one, I like this for one of them. And I like this one. And I think I'm going to put this one in the very middle. So what we're going to do is start, actually, see, good thing I got my, so I'm going to go front. So that's going to be my front page. Then I'm going to take this one. Did I have? I did, but you know what? I can't see it, so, oh, there it is. This is going to be middle 1, middle 2. And it's going to be B. So I'm going to do this one front 1A, front 2A. Well, we know what we're talking about. So the front A2 and middle 1B go together. So it's going to be like this. And we're going to lay it out and audition it before we go much further. So next, and this is going to be, so yeah, I'm going to put this one right here. So this one is a middle. In the middle. Actually, what I'm going to do, I need to redo these numbers. 2B, so that goes together. I want this one as a front 2A. That way I can match them up a little bit better. So the middle right here, 2B, 2B. So then this one's a middle. We're going to find our other piece. So this piece is going to sit over there. We're not going to use it right now. This is going to be my front, my second front. So what I'm going to do is put front, what did I write over here? I forgot. 1A and 2A. So I'm going to do 1B, 2B. All right. Yeah, because this one's going to go with that 2B front. This one, I forgot because I was wanting to show you how to do all of it and pick which ones you want front and back. This one is going to be cut. Let's see. It's 5 and 5.5, and then 5.5 this way. Okay, it's right. So this one is going to be a front, inside front, I should say. So if you look, our book is going to fold up like this. So I need, when I open this, I need a front right here. That needs trimming some more. So I'm going to say front A, 1A. So those two match together. Then I have front 2A and 2A. I'm going to open it up. I have the middle 2B and 2B. And then I have front 2B and front 2B. Those two are together. And then over here, I open it up and I need a front 1B. And it closes up that way. So let's see. I'm going to open it. This is going to be my front. That's what I'm going to consider front 1A. So how are we going to glue these together and make sense of it? First, I'm going to put that up there. Put this one over here. So what I'm looking at, I need to start, flip over so my front is right there so I'm more oriented. I want to put a pocket in here. So I'm going to do a little thumb notch. And I'm going to look again at my fronts. So I need 2A, 2A. And put that one face down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2A front, then I'm going to have the pocket. I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use this glue. I'm going to glue down the side, and then right here at the crease line, I'm going to put glue. So what I'm doing is, yeah, this does need to be turned over. So 2A, 2A are going together. And I'm folding that, trying to even it up. But I definitely want to make sure that my fold, my paper is not too far in there to mess up my fold. So I'm going to flip it back over the way that I started. Here's my front. And that's going to bug me until I trim it. So let me go ahead and trim it and get it out of my way. So now we want to take the piece that is 2B, 2B, middle. This is going that way. This one's going that way. So you just flip it over. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to look and decide if we want a pocket here. And I think we are going to do a pocket on this side. So we have one on each side. I'm going to just clip that again. Clip it, cinch it. And I'm going to flip them over one more time. I know I'm confusing everybody. But this just, it works for me. I have to, my brain is backwards on some things. So once again, I'm putting glue on the edges. So I got the arrows going the same way. I got 2B, 2B. Now I'm going to attach this, and I'm going to hold this up and butt it up against it, and then pull it back just a tiny bit, just enough that we can see. Yep, my cutting's off. So this one's closed right here. This one's open. I flip it back over to the right side. And I'm going to check that it folds that way. So now we're going to take, man, how did I get so crooked on this? I must have looked at the wrong number. So you can always fix this. So I got front 1A on my right. Now I'm at front 2B and front 2B. Same thing, do I want a pocket on this side? Or do I want a pocket on this side? I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to do top pockets right here. So I'm thinking that's going to, I don't know. I think I like it better on the other side. Yeah. So you can put them on either side you want. Doesn't matter. So here's my right front. I'm just going to flip this over again. No, that's where I'm messing up. On this one, I need it going that way for my brain to work. And I'm going to glue on the side where the pocket is, so I know where to start and stop. Go up. And I hope, this is like my third time of filming this because I've got myself confused, so I figure I'm getting you confused. So I want this one to go right up to that edge. It's not quite there. There we go. And I actually want to pull it back just a little bit. I don't want it completely on the edge. Just smush that glue down in there. Yep, it's looking pretty good. So I still have 1A over here. I'm going to move on to 1B. What I'm going to do is we're going to use these two pieces that I have right here. And see, we didn't need to washi tape that one, but I did because I wasn't sure for sure which one I was going to pick. And I wanted to show you guys how to kind of look at it. So 1A, front 1B, 1B. And we have the top up here, so I'm just going to put a little hole. So this time I'm going to pay a little more attention to, see, I'm going to be over a little bit too. So I want to leave this part open, so I'm going to glue this side and this side. So, yeah. Probably need to turn it anyway. I'm just going to line these up the best I can, and I'm going to have to trim. I already can see. See, we got a little tuck right there. Then I'm going to go back over here to 1A. So flip it all the way over like this. This side and this side. Hold this one. I'm going to have to figure out a closure for this. I really haven't. I tried ribbon, but that did not work out real well. Well, at least the way I intended it. And I don't know where my magnets are right now. So I do have some Velcro that we may just use it. Okay. So like I said, we got some trimming to do, and all my noise over here. I'm sorry. I'm just going to use my scissors because this will not fit. Need to trim right there a little bit and put a little more glue. Yep. Didn't stick down the first time I was playing around. See our pockets, these are nice little pockets. So you can fold it up now and check your edges, because mine are crooked. I don't see no white. I'm going to take and just go across there just in case. Same on this side. So our book is done as far as the construction. Oh, see, and I'm upside down. That's why it wasn't opening. Why is it not gluing? My glue not wanting to work today. I know it's because I'm playing with it, ain't it? So you open it that way. Keep going. Just keep going. And keep going. That is so cool. And if you wanted to, you could make it bigger. You know, I didn't put any washi right there. Let me see what I got over here. So when you have top pockets, if you're putting washi in those little areas, just remember to put some in. And if you do like me and you don't get it in there in time, then you can do this. There. I don't think I got the other side either, did I? Nope. Now, this is easier if you do it beforehand, because you don't have it glued all down. Yeah. This thing has had me kind of confused to start with. So I'm hoping that my directions, sure enough, put my finger right through there. My directions are helpful. Not as confusing as I'm thinking they are in my mind. And maybe you'll do a little better at gluing than what I did and cutting. So what we're going to do, I'm going to let my phone charge. And we'll come back and we'll put signatures in here and see where we're at. So we've been working on a Second Thoughts journal, this one here, that just flips around and keeps flipping. These are a few of them. The next step is putting in the signatures. So I was just going to show you a real quick preview of some of them that I have. This one does not have the little 1/4 inch mark there to give it wideness. This was the first one that I did. I can still put signatures in, it just will not be able to open up as wide. I have these. I have a set of owls and a set of the butterfly papers. I have just plain coffee dyed papers here. Over here I have different printed pages to give variety. I have some copper plate writing paper that I'm going to put in these. I have calendars. These were from last year, 2022. I didn't use it, but they make beautiful pages in the journals. Here's another calendar from 2018 that I have. I can put some of those pages in some of them. Here's some more coffee dyed paper. A lot of times I use this as the center of the signature because I've got the beautiful stenciled stuff on them. So I have that. I also have some book pages. These are from a quilt book that I think was a 1985 book. It's been sitting here forever, and I thought, I love quilting. I know there's a lot of other people, so I would share these. Then I have some pages from a painting astrology book. It does have astrology and signs, but what I like about it is the beautiful paintings that she did. So here's some more of the copper plate. I just folded them a little different. I have some of these that are just little call pages that you would, or notes, so you could take notes and put dates on. And then I also have some of these paper bags that I'm going to cut in half, or not cut in half, I'm going to fold in half. And I'm going to open the other end. And these are going to go in signatures. I did not do this to start with, and they're going to need to be trimmed. So we are going to, before it's over, I will open them all like that. So you have 2 openings and put them in your signature. So I will work on those as I need them. I have some envelopes. And you could use junk mail envelopes like this. Just decorate it up. But since I'm probably going to be selling most of these, I'm going to use these kind of envelopes. You can use different size paper, just like this. It's too long to go in this way, but I folded it up. This one I just folded right there. There's doilies. I don't know where all the other doilies that I have are, so I don't think these are going to get some right now. Unless I can find some more, but I don't think I will right this moment. I got so much stuff here. So the way I do my signatures for this one, I have, let me see, 1, 2, this is the bag, 3, 4, it's a little flap, 5, 6, 7, 8 in this signature. Now, as you start adding more stuff and pockets and all, this is going to get bigger. That's another reason I wanted the 1/4 inch. And I may go down to maybe 5 or 6, 7. This one's a thin paper. Let's put one together and see. And then this here, you could glue on something like this. Do a flap. So there's a lot of things you can do with these that we can talk about later. With my outside page of one signature. So I think I'm going to start with these. And you see there is printed on both sides on 28-pound paper. I'm going to put one of these in here, and they are different lengths. So you'll notice that I have different sizes. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this. I'm going to try and make a little room here. I want to put one of these little ones, maybe right there. So that's already 3. I want a quilting one, so that's 4. Maybe a calendar. 5. Let's see where am I at. And this one would be 6. And I'm going to put this one in here. So that would make 7. So 2. Wait a minute. Let me go to the front. So we're starting here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I may do 7 signatures. Let me put some of them together and see what I think. I got 2 there. And I'm just going to kind of vary them as to what I'm putting in here. So here's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 right here in my middle page. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to hit that. That's upside down. I could make this one a middle page because it looks nice. So let's see. I may throw that doily in this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And what I'm doing over here is just stacking them on top of each other. I made these pretty colors. So I think that's all I'm going to make for now. And the way you turn it, I got a good stack here for tomorrow. I'm going to take and put these back in my box over here. Get the box so I can show you. I mean, it's just a photo album and it fits perfectly for these half pages. When I have time or, you know, whatever, I just fold them up, or if I need some, Then I put them in here, and I can find them because there's no telling how many I have running around that I can't find. So this morning, I am going to be working on sewing some of these signatures into my second thought journals that just flip. So I thought I'd just turn the camera on, and if you want to watch, you can watch and see, and I'll go back through making a template because I'm going to use a template for all of this. So what I've done is, this is a piece that I cut off when I cut this. So it is the length of my signature. What I'm going to do is fold it in half. Get my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to go right here in the middle, because this here part, this line, all that inside that line is our middle. And we're just going to do one signature. So, my ruler. And I think what I'm going to do is just come down an inch from the top and put a hole right there. And then the same on this side. And put it in the middle right here. So, what I'm doing, I need to see what my longest size paper is. I've got some varying sizes here. Here's a big one. So, my template, I'm going to use this as a template, needs to be as long as the tallest signature, which is right here. I'm going to mark it on both sides. You can trim it with the trimmer. I'm just going to use my scissors real quick. And what you need to know on both of these is where the top is and where the bottom is. And if you're going to be mass making these, or think you're going to make some more in the future, definitely keep these templates. So this one, I'm just going to fold in half. And I'm using this scrapbook paper because I am going to be using it over and over again. So what I can do is basically, this is a little bit shorter than my, see, you know, a little bit of hanging over on both sides. So I'm looking right here and right here to see where I might be able to get my signatures in there in the middle. So I'm lining up, I'm not even measuring. And I'm going to put bottom. I'm going to put top. And since this is a one signature journal, that works out pretty good. So let me put signature on this one so I know. What did I say? This, it was across. Get 5 3/4. The overall. So I label these, and I keep them put together, and right this second I couldn't tell you where the put together ones are. So you have some different options. This is a punching cradle, and I will link below. I'm going to make me a note so I don't forget. And I can't remember her name. But you can, this video will walk you through making something like this out of cardboard or cardstock. This one was just put together. So this is the right way up. And when I'm doing mine, this is the way. Let me stand up and see if I can see. I'm going to do some this way and some the other way. I'm going to pull you out. So what I do is first I look and make sure which direction I'm going with my signatures. Then I go in here and I kind of look, and I want to have the signatures where they catch that both holes if possible. So I'm going to move that one up that way a little bit. And you can play with these and move them around. So that is where I want them. You can use paper clip. You can use binder clips. There's also these clips that come from Quilting. I think I got links in my description. So what I'm doing, this is my top. I have made sure that all of my signatures are going the way I want. So that's the top. I'm going to take this. This is the signature punch. Signature template. Because remember, it's smaller by just a fraction. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to put top up there and kind of push it against the wall. So I'm using an awl. You have this. You could use a big needle. I have another awl. This one's bigger. I don't really like the holes for the smaller ones. But you could use a needle. The same needle if you want to that you're going to sew the signatures in with. And you hold, once you bump that up there, you hold it and just push the hole. And you see I'm coming through right there at the bottom because of that little hole in the bottom. And if you have a lot of signatures, this is a good way to do them. And I would leave at least one clip. Get me some paper clips in here. So I'm checking again which direction everything's going, where I want that all my signatures are going the right way. And it doesn't hurt to count them either as you're going. If you're making a certain number. I'm doing 5 in these because, see, I want that moved just a little bit. To give room for putting ephemera and stuff in here. So what do you do if you don't have a punching cradle? So if you're using, if you want to, you can use a book. Match the top with the top. That will, when you go to put your signatures in, it will make a difference. If you don't have a book, what's the next thing you can do? You can take your signature, line it up, wherever you want it. Okay. So now you could take your template. Just remember where our top is. The same thing, we're going to line this up with our top. See how I got it in there? So then I can hold it. I'm trying to see. You just go back in those holes again. And if you have non-directional paper, make sure to stack them up with the tops going one way. So these are all my signatures with the holes poked down. It will take a long time once you have them ready to work on. See how they line up? Nice and beautiful. So this is just something I got in the mail. I don't even know what I bought. What I'm going to do, and I wish I had just a little bit bigger one, but we'll move it around. So I'm going to take this. This is our template for our second thought journal, the spine. So I'm going to start over here because on this one I wanted this to be my top. I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just that way. So what I'm doing is trying to line up this with this marking right there. And on this one I'm just going to clip because it's a little bit quicker. The same thing, see. I don't know if my top is high enough. So I'm making sure that my top is right there. My bottom may hang off a little bit, like this particular one. But, you know, we're not perfect, so we do what we can do. And see how I'm kind of just lining them up, and I'm going to stick this little clip right there to hold it. And I'm going to take my awl, and right here where I've got my holes, I'm just going to poke a hole. And I need to move my little pokey thing underneath. So that one's done. I'm going to put a signature there. Then we're going to go to the next signature. And you could probably do all of this on one side. I'm just doing it this way. I did turn y'all back on, didn't I? But yeah. Have to check. I forget. So now I'm lining up my bottom again. See how those are lined up? Even though I have a little bit here, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm lining up my top is my main concern. And actually, I could go ahead and do these right here while I got it laying this way. Or just, let's see what happens if I do. I think I'm better off on the other side. That way my brain works like it's supposed to be. So I'm putting these holes where the washi tape is. Oh, see, I'm going to turn it upside down. I need to open my window too. I closed it. Excuse me. It's a little bit of light. So I'm just going to keep doing this and punching holes, and we'll come back when I get done. Well, first I'm going to say all of these little 1/4 inch folds are going to get holes punched down. So you will have on the 5-panel journal 1, 2, 3, and then 4. So right about here, I must be getting tired because I stopped talking as much. But what I'm doing is sewing in signatures. I have measured my thread 3 times the height of the journal, and right now I'm cutting off 4 lengths of string, 1 for each signature that I sew in. So we have 2 signatures on one side and 2 signatures on the other side. So this is going to be one of my fronts. I start in the middle hole. This is a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. So I go through the middle one when I find it. And with the washi tape, it should be easy to find, but I was struggling definitely trying to get those to go in. Sometimes you can get them to that needle to go right straight in all the way through all of them and not have a problem. But so I go from the top to the bottom and come back to the middle one, and I'm going to bring that thread up, and as I bring up the thread I don't want to split a stitch, so I'm careful of that. I have a bad habit of laying my needle down and then I can't find it even though it's sitting right there in front of me. So I've gotten to where I try to go ahead and thread my needle as soon as I pull it off. So I've pulled these stitches, the thread's taut, not real tight because it'll rip your paper, but fairly tight on there to where they don't flop around. And I'm pulling side to side instead of up and down to keep from ripping the stitches again. I tie it in a little ponytail, or a little bow. I don't know why I'm saying ponytail. Then I go to the next one and I basically do the same thing for all 4 signatures. I go in the middle, go through the top, go all the way down to the bottom, and then go back up in the middle. So I do have the blue daisies that I started with at the beginning of the video, but I don't know where the footage is of sewing a signature in. So this one is made exactly the same way, and if you'll notice I'm pulling the strings to the sides instead of straight up and down to tighten that string, and then tying it in a knot and making a bow. And I flip the book and just put the other 2 signatures in the same way. If you've made it this far in the video, you should be about done with the main parts of making a Second Thoughts journal. I do appreciate you making it all the way here. I hope that you've enjoyed watching the videos and the tutorials on how to make this journal. If you make one, please leave me a comment and tag me on social media at thetruckingscribe.com, pretty much everywhere. And it would be very helpful if you hit the like button, left me a comment. That helps to rank the YouTube channels higher. The more comments and the more likes they get, the more subscribers. So if you know someone that's a junk journaler, definitely send them over my way. And thank you guys, and have a great weekend.